So hey guys, today is day 6. Now I've already begun my warm up because the videographer's stuck in a little bit of traffic. Weigh in, let's do the weigh in right now, come on. So over the weekend, I went for a bike ride on Saturday and went for a 50-minute swim on Sunday. And I think the only time I broke my diet was Saturday when my little lad was eating bits of chocolate and he kept forcing it in my face. But other than that, it's been pretty good. Nothing but proteins and fats, like I said. This morning, breakfast was a fillet steak with 3 eggs, a protein yogurt and half a banana. Right, so I was 168.8, top of my head. Right. 164.2. So I've lost, let's say I've lost 4 kilos, which is 9 pounds. Guesswork in there. So we're on day 6. And we've got another 11 days to go and I've lost 9 pounds. So I've got 11 days to lose 11 pounds now. That's right, yeah. So I've got to get down to 160 kilos. So I'm pretty much, scrap that, I'm doing a pound a day. So we're doing like 17, 18 pounds. So I'm on track, well on track. In fact, I'm a bit ahead of myself, which I need to be. Getting up towards that 20 pound margin. So if I can lose another 4.2 kilo in the next 11 days, that's fucking good going. My cardio's starting to build back up. I've been doing a hell of a lot of cycling, running, swimming, boxing, land-based training. So my fitness is getting back up, and when I'm fit, I can train for harder and longer, which means I'll lose more fat. So it's like a snowball effect. The fitter you are, the harder you can go and the longer you can go, and then obviously the more fat you lose. So let's get back into the squats. Today is going to be legs. It's going to work up to a heavy range of probably 6 to 8 reps on squats. Then we'll move on to leg press. And the same again, just work up to a heavy 8. And then we do all the assistant stuff. So come away from that speaker. So then we're going to do all the hamstrings, the leg extensions, the abductors, and just basically just a good all-round leg workout. And again, legs isn't something that I'm bothered about. I'm not doing strongman anymore, so I'm not that worried about having strong legs, strong back as much as I was 2-3 years ago. What I'm more interested in is keeping a good core, which I am doing, and keeping a good, strong upper body. The legs will always be strong because they're carrying around such big weight all the time. Another factor as well is I'm that fucking wide, I can't fit in a normal bar. So I can't hold the bar, I have to hold the weight, which makes things a lot more unstable. But in all honesty, it's quite comfortable. So, kind of a blessing sometimes. So there's a few factors with squat as well. I think it's a well-known fact now. After World's Strongest Man 2017, probably a month after, I carried on training as heavy as I was. So my weights didn't drop, but my body weight did. I think I lost something like 3.5, 4 stone within a month, and I was still doing the same weight. And I was in the leg room doing hack squats with something ridiculous like, it was over 700 kilo anyway. And I failed the rep. And like a normal person, instead of walking away and thinking, nah, fuck it, that's a stupid thing to do is to pick that back up from the bottom. I went back in, picked it up, and just as I finished the lockout, heard a massive snap, put the weight back and dropped to the deck. I didn't go to the hospital until the next day because I just thought I'd deal with it. The pain was excruciating. I woke up the next day with a numb leg. Went to the hospital, MRI scan, I had dislocated my hip. And I must say that was the most disabilitating injury, whatever. It disabled me basically anyway, and it put my career on a halt. And basically I was thinking of quitting strongman anyway for my health reasons, but that solidified the fact that no matter what, there was no way I could get back up to that level. All the tendons, ligaments were snapped and stretched. My hip came out the socket, went back in instantly. That's why I was able to walk, but all the bones were cracked, all the ligaments were snapped. And basically my leg was in a new position, so I was in a wheelchair for a week. I had to learn to walk again. And then getting back into the gym, I've had to learn to squat again, learn to deadlift again. I'm squatting now, the only way I can squat is with a wide stance. And the reason for that is if I go narrow, just naturally, without even me thinking about it, all my weight goes on the leg that I didn't dislocate. So I was basically squatting with one leg, and this leg was getting smaller, smaller, smaller. So what I had to do is reevaluate my stance, go much wider, just so I make sure both legs are working, and it's took me ages to build it back up. My max squat at the minute is probably only about 360, something like that, but I never go anywhere near that. And again, it's just keeping things firing. So squatting for me at the minute is tough, but you've got to do what God dealt you. I suppose I woke up for a tough 6. That was a tough 6 right now. 220 kilo dog shit. But I hope people can appreciate that I have been on the road touring America for the last 3 months. I'd say I've got 2 leg sessions in the last 3 months, so it's not too bad. But anyone that lifts weights will know, if you don't train bench for a month, you come back in and your weights are dropped. Same with deadlifts. Just got to build it back up. But the thing is with me, I'm going to fly out to America in 2 weeks, week and a half, and I'm on the road for 70 days straight. So training's going to be tough, which is why I'm going to enjoy this little couple weeks at home. Get the session in. It does hurt my ego though, man. I'm used to lifting stupid weights, stupid fucking weights, and then I'm restricted to stuff like this because of my hip. I'm restricted on training. That's fucking life. I'm running it, bud. Yeah. Bit of leg press now. Hopefully I can redeem myself on that. Hammer strength leg press, I think it weighs about 50 kilos empty. And I'm jumping in, I'm going up in 100 kilo increments. So I'm putting 50 kilo aside on each time. So at the minute we've got 300 kilo in weights, plus separators, 350. And just keep working our way up. And again, probably a tough set of 8. Something like that. The most I've ever done on this, even at the strongest, was 16 plates aside. So 8 plates on the bottom, 8 plates on the top, and someone sat on it, and I could do that for 8 reps. And I've never ever seen anybody else ever max out this leg press. I wake up and chase my dreams. So my working sets on leg press, I always work up to a tough set of 8. Maybe do that for a couple of reps, a couple of sets, sorry. But it's nice and easy. Bro science. 4 plates a side on, 8 reps. 2 plates a side on, 8 reps. 2 plates a side on, 8 reps. 2 plates a side on, 8 reps. Probably end up doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 sets in total. And again, the weights are going to be moving. That's enough. That is enough. I always like to go heavy on leg press. Sometimes I skimp it like I just did then on the squatting, and it is, honestly, it's because of my hip. Like then, I can feel my hip pulling. And because this leg is so messed up, it does put a lot of the weight onto this leg, which meant I could feel the quad tendon on this leg getting irritated and the patella. So, I mean, it's a sad thing. It really is a sad thing. You know, the world's strongest man dislocated his hip and literally a shadow of his former self. But whatever. I'm carrying on. My goals have changed, and if anything, it's done me a world of favours. It's stopped me going heavy and it's stopped me hurting myself more. You know, people have put themselves on wheelchairs from lifting weights. Literally. Look at Ronnie Coleman. And I just feel as though sometimes it takes a bigger man to walk away at the top than to walk away after he's been done and dusted. Cricket ball?
Yeah.
No, I didn't make sorry. You lost your other ball again?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. It's always losing his balls. Leg curls is a nice easy one. Started on 50% of the rack. 10 reps, just keep warming up until we hit the max stack, and then just a couple of sets on the max stack, and that tends to be enough. Hamstrings is one that for me, well, one, I've never really suffered with small hamstrings. They've always been quite big. So this is just a nice way of keeping the fire in. Squats and leg press actually do fire your hamstrings quite a bit, unbeknown to a lot of people. So I find that, you know, doing a good depth squat is just as good as doing hamstring curls, in my opinion. The same goes for leg press. As long as you bring the knees sort of to a 90-degree angle, which I do, I go well past the 90-degree angle. You are actually hitting the hamstrings and glutes as well. So just a nice way of finishing them off. That's hamstrings fried. Finish off with some mid-weight, high rep, slow rep leg extensions, and then just do abductors. And yeah, inside and outside leg. That'll do. That'll be a good leg session for me. And again, it's just creating that all-round balance in the leg. The reason why I'm doing abductors is to try and build the hip strength back up. Obviously it's all a mess, so I'm trying to build those muscle fibers back up, try and bring the hip back in, strengthen it. And I find it has worked actually, doing doing the side to side stuff, my walking's got a lot better. I was hobbling for about a good year, and it's just starting to sort of dim off now. The last 6 months I've been walking okay, but the odd day I can get up and I can be really sort of clicking and clacking. So building the strength around the leg really does help that. Uncomfortable feelings when you start getting a pump. At the end of the day, it's one of the biggest muscles on the body, if not the biggest. When you start getting a lot of blood in there, a lot of lactic acid, the discomfort is probably if there's a top 10, it'd be number 1. I think that's why it's one of the hardest things to build your quads up. It's because the fucking pain barrier to get through, to actually get some blood into your legs, is through the roof. And you can only appreciate that on leg press. Nothing else can do it for you. That's leg extensions done. Now we'll just do the abductor stuff. The inside and the outside of the leg. The only thing with this is it crushes your fucking bollocks. Every time you close your legs, you have to pick your bollocks up, pull them above your leg span, so they don't get crushed. So my bollocks are up here, nice. Sets of 20 on each one is plenty. Of course, it's all about the fast upper movement and the slow retraction. Teaching good techniques and ripping the muscle as much as possible. Right. That's legs done. Fairly easy day because I haven't trained legs for a good couple of months. So not a bad session in the bag. It is now current to 11:15, so I've done a 2¼ leg session, 2¼ hour leg session. Oh now, jolt home, protein shake now, home, dinner, no carb dinner, and then I'm going to cycle to boxing, do an hour's boxing, and then cycle home, and that's day done. That is day 6. All in all, calories burnt, fuck knows. Let's say, well, I know for a fact at this body weight I burn 4,500 calories a day. just to function, and that is like literally just breathing, sitting in a chair. Add on all the walking about, to and froing, bits and bobs, another 1,000 calories. Add in this training session, another 1,000 calories. 6.5. Add in the boxing, add in the cycling, easily another 1,000 calories. That's 7.5. So I'm burning 7,500 calories, probably consuming around 5,000. So I'm going to be in a calorie deficit today, and this is when the fat drops off. Tough day, but I set myself a challenge and I'm going to fucking do it. So follow me home, we'll have dinner, and then head to boxing.